Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Toni Homeperm Show, the special early edition with my very special guest, Ms. Zoe Dunford.
Hi.
And her, what is your relationship to Ornacia?
This is Ornacia, my homemade version of Ornacia.
Your homemade version of Ornacia. So she is
taken from my dad's office.
From her dad's office. She usually resides there, you know, giving side eye and throwing shade.
Yeah.
And actually, you said your dad is the only straight person there
Who knows who this is?
Who knows who Ornacia actually is.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky to have her gracing us with her presence today.
Yes.
And let me tell you, her list of demands was unbelievable, and she demanded a Frank Beccari style wig of her very own. She refused to go on camera bald. She refused to be shown up by me. So you know, I have to take a back seat to her today. So well, I see people are joining in. I want to see what comments we're getting, Zoe. Come on. Where's my knife?
Hopefully some of your fellow queens.
Hopefully. Live now. Here we go. And there we go. Got it up. Oh, Frida Cox. Hi, Frida.
Hi.
Frida's saying hello, ladies. He wants Ornacia's hair. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. We've got I love yous. Celine Dijon is watching. Hello, Celine.
I see Sin is watching.
Oh, Sin. Hi, Sin.
Hi.
Good to see you. So, yes, we're here today on a very special early edition because Ms. Zoe came out today and I did a photo shoot with her.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of costume changes.
Yeah. Photos coming soon.
Yes, and we did a shoot outside at a park, and those were some fabulous pictures. I can't wait to see them. And then we did some pictures here in my studio, the Wig Wizards creative area. So we did some shoots there, and that was a lot of fun. And then now we're here having a little chit chat right here on the Toni Homeperm Show. And see, we've got a lot of people commenting. Oh yes, my husband Frank said that he did Ornacia's hair. He can't pronounce the name. He keeps calling her Ornacia. And you have to keep like, no, it's Ornacia, not Ornacia. he thinks she's from Bolivia. That's Latino. He said he made her look like Aunt Estelle at Cousin Lauren's bat mitzvah.
Yes.
So what do you think about your look, Ornacia? Well, isn't that interesting? Who would have guessed? So actually, we should toast, Zoe. We should toast. We're having ginger ale. I don't give minors booze. Okay, it's only ginger ale. So I don't want any rude comments or letters written. It's ginger ale.
Pretending it's champagne.
Pretending. I did not have Dom Perignon, so Ornacia refuses to have anything to drink because it is only the best for her. I had to get her M&Ms, and I had to pick all the green M&Ms out of the bag because she refuses to eat the green M&Ms.
Yes.
She's very, very demanding. So a lot of people are starting to join in and watch. So thank you all for joining us. So now, Zoe, you are a full-time student at FIT.
Yeah.
And what are you specifically majoring in there?
I did communication design as my associates,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically like an overview, and you can go in from that to like packaging design, visual presentation, exhibition design, graphic or advertising design.
I've seen like you post sometimes like package designs. Like,
Yeah.
I guess they're like class assignments,
Yeah.
things like that. Very always beautifully done. Always
I'm going
beautifully
into
done.
the packaging design BFA program.
Nice.
Thankfully.
And of course you love to do photography.
Yeah.
So I am just one of the many drag queens that Zoe has photographed. And she was showing me earlier your first subject was Jesse James.
Yeah.
And she did some beautiful photographs of her. And Gina Tonic, Gilda Wabbit.
Yeah.
And of course, our good friend Bella Noche and Paul Vader.
Yeah.
So those were from 2017. Those pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was.
When I was only 17.
She was only 17, and Bella was just a baby mermaid.
Yeah.
So she hadn't fully emerged from her cocoon at that point. So, but no shade intended. I look at the pictures of myself from 2 years ago, and I want to scream and hide. So these were certainly not pictures that Bella would want to scream and hide. She looked beautiful. It was just that her makeup aesthetic hadn't fully come to. Yeah, it wasn't. She hadn't quite found her specific look, I think. So, which as you know, new drag queens, I mean, that's what we struggle with is finding like what works for us, what works for our face. So, now you have a huge love for drag queens, Zoe. It's like you have a lot of drag queen friends, and you love to come to the drag queen shows, and so we have to dig into this, and we have to ask, who was the first drag queen that you ever saw? At all, you know, whether TV, in person, whatever, the very first.
I started watching Drag Race when I was 15.
There you go.
And the first live show I ever saw when I was 16. It was actually the last RuPaul Box Battle of the Seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was my first show, and because it was all Ru girls, and I was a little 17-year-old at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was completely freaking out, or I was actually 16 at the time. I was completely freaking out, and I looked at videos of that time, and I was like screaming my lungs off. And now, looking back, it's kind of cringy.
Oh, don't feel that way. You're only 17. So, and you were having fun. You were enjoying yourself. And who were some of the drag queens at that show?
I know Adore was there.
Adore.
Violet Chachki, Miss Fame, Alaska. So
wow.
Yeah.
So that was some show.
Yeah.
That was
and
like
also Courtney was there.
And of course, we have to talk about Courtney Act because Courtney Act is her favorite drag queen of all time.
Yeah.
She loves her even more than Bella Noche and Gina Tonic. I'm just kidding. But that Courtney Act is like, you know, that's like your celebrity drag queen crush. Let's put it that way, right? If you had to pick like who's your celebrity drag queen crush, it would be Courtney Act.
Yeah.
So, and you've met Courtney though, correct?
A few times.
A few times. So Courtney knows who you are.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Because she sees so many people, but
I'm sure she remembers you.
We're working on that.
I'm sure she remembers you.
Yeah.
And now our good friend Stacy, who is a drag performer as Overreaction, she thinks Courtney doesn't like her.
Yeah,
I don't know why she thinks that.
I always tell her that no, she doesn't not like you.
It's like why would
who doesn't like Stacy?
Why would someone not like her? That's silly. That's silly.
Yeah.
I see people are watching, looking to see if anyone's asking questions. Because they're always reading me because I don't respond to the comments. I'm sorry, we're talking. We're talking here. Give us a break. We're just two Jewish girls having a little chit chat. Well, the only thing I say, someone said that we both look good. Well, we know that. You don't need to tell us that. But well, it's okay. Tell us that. We don't mind really. So we had a lot of fun today. We did a great photo shoot, and if any of the local drag queens out there, if they want to have their own photo shoot with Zoe, they should definitely hit her up on Facebook.
Yeah.
So she's very talented, and she's not mean. So she's not, you know, it's not like a fashion model shoot where, you know, they're cracking the whip and, you know, telling you to contort your bodies in a way that they possibly shouldn't. So it was a wonderful experience. I can't wait to see all the great pictures.
Lots of photos coming soon.
Yes. So Now, we talked a little bit about Bella Noche and Gina Tonic, who I know that you're very good friends with.
Yeah.
And that's actually how we bonded over our love of Bella Noche. That was kind of like what brought us together as friends.
That's how I met all the Long Island queens.
And that's how she met all the other Long Island queens who she's friends with now, and all know and love her. So, how did you actually meet Bella?
It's a long story,
Oh,
actually.
we have time. It's the beginning of the show. Keep going.
So, after I did my first photo shoot, we kind of met randomly. I met my first photo shoot person at the New York City Pride Parade in 2016.
Mm-hmm. And that was Jessie James.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And she kind of just walked past me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was with my family,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad was kind of just like nudging me and was like, "Hey, ask her if you could take some pictures of her." I had my camera, of course, and so I did. I was kind of nervous at first, but I'm happy I did because around a week later we did a photo shoot,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my first one. And then I actually just started. We became friends on Facebook, and I started sending random friend requests to drag queens I didn't know at the time. So that's how.
And they're probably like, "Who is this crazy girl hitting me up?"
Yeah. So that's how I found Bella,
Mm-hmm.
and now I know like dozens and dozens of drag
Dozens
queens.
and dozens. You probably know more than me. No, I'm sure of it. You know more than me. So
And I'm not
surprised.
even a drag queen.
And she's not even a drag queen. You know. Well, you could be if you wanted to, but
Yeah.
but
A lot of hard work.
It's she's not a glutton for punishment. I can tell. She has no desire to walk in these heels.
Yeah.
So, but you're also a very big, as far as activism, as
Yeah.
far as wrongdoings in the LGBTQ community. If you're friends with Zoe on her page, she's very vocal about speaking out against things that she sees as wrong, in the LGBTQ community, and as of yet, I mean, everything that you've ever posted, I've always agreed with. So we haven't.
Yeah.
So whenever she puts something up, and I'm just like, that she's angry about, and I'm just like, I've got to put a mad face too, because I'm like, well, that makes me so mad too.
There's so much infuriating stuff happening.
Yes. I mean, I know we both are quite angry about what is going on in Washington. I can definitely say that we're not big fans of the White House right now, not at all. So what are your feelings about how LGBTQ youth is being treated today, and just not that we have to discuss what anybody's orientation is or anything, but Zoe is a part of the larger LGBTQ community, so I feel that you have a stake in that, and as a young person, and me being an old person, I'm eager to know what your thoughts and what your feelings are about what you see going on towards LGBTQ youth and where you would like to see it go.
Yeah. Well, I grew up around the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember this, but when I was a baby, I went on vacation with my family, and along with my family, there were not only one but two lesbian couples with us. So, and I was only 3, and so I grew up around it. So, just being around it, I learned that
It was just a part of how you grew up. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like it was something foreign.
I didn't even think about it.
Right, you didn't think about it. It was just that these two women are together, just as in your family you had male and female couples. You also had a female couple, and there was just. And look at that! It didn't scar her in the least. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Because I'm sure you've seen how, in Alabama, they don't want that episode of Arthur to be aired, where it shows a gay wedding.
The only thing it's teaching kids is to accept other people, and that's not a bad thing.
Exactly. It's like somebody posted, we don't want to show children a cartoon that has shows a gay wedding.
Yeah.
But we're going to force them to bear the child of a rapist.
Yeah.
A minor, like in Alabama, if they were raped and became pregnant, they would under the new law, yes, they would be forced to carry the child to full term. And I mean, because a girl could, technically become pregnant as young as like 11 years old.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if an 11-year-old girl became pregnant in Alabama by, through rape or incest, they would be forced to carry that child.
And at the same
But they're not worried about that, but they are worried about them seeing
gay people.
like a gay wedding in a cartoon.
Yeah.
So, I don't get it. Sorry. You don't get it either, right?
It's ridiculous.
We don't get it, people. Sorry. So,
Yeah. And I think it's just how you're raised, and I think that no child is like naturally born homophobic.
Children are not born knowing how to hate.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be taught how to hate.
Yeah.
I mean, so terrible thing. So, but you're always vocal about your feelings about when you see like these social injustices, and that's one thing that I wish more young people on the whole were more vocal about. But I do think younger people today are more vocal than in the past.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing. So
I also think because times are changing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Although as much as we go forward, it seems they still try to like
Back to the 1950s.
pull us back to the 1950s, and So I don't remember the 1950s, Zoe. I'm not that old.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I can remember a little bit about the 60s. Throw me a freaking bone here.
Back to binary genders and heteronormativity.
Yes. We don't want that. What is gender anyway?
Yeah.
Look at me. What gender am I? Would you know? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Something in between? Who knows? And you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, what's the difference? I mean, the only one who needs to. Actually, I had Lady LaBelle on Monday, and she was saying the only person who needs to know what your biological gender is your doctor.
Yeah.
For medical reasons.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
So, because, all this is a construct. It's an illusion. Oh, I bumped into Ornacia. Oh, please.
Sorry.
We beg your forgiveness. We are not worthy. We are not worthy. Oh, am I going to be hearing from her people?
I messed up her wig.
You messed up her wig. Oh no. We're going to have to get Frank in here to give her a quick restyling. Oh no. But like I was saying, I mean, drag. Whether you're doing, whether drag queen, drag king, it's all an illusion.
Yeah.
It's just all an illusion.
And one of the best ways of fighting back is to just keep on doing what you're doing.
Right. That's right. And for people to, I think, live their authentic lives.
Yeah.
So.
And also, if you live in what other people want you to be, then you're not going to be happy.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you try to, and I can say that from experience because for a very long time, I tried to force myself to be something I wasn't. Tried to live a life that wasn't me, and I was very unhappy.
And it's about mental health. It's not about like what other people think in that case.
Absolutely. Let's see if we have people asking us questions. We're going to see a lot of comments. Oh, Ricardo Rodriguez. He wanted to know how school is going.
It's good. Yeah. I like it a lot.
Okay. Sassy Tentress is watching. Hi, Sassy.
Hi.
My friend Jennifer Hanlon down in Florida, she's watching. Somebody wrote a
Lola Michelle.
ew. Oh, Lola Michelle Kiki. Ricardo Rodriguez, fully developed. Was he talking about these? I don't know. Oh, Ashley Jade. Hi, Ashley. I'm actually doing painting with drag queens on Saturday night with Ashley Jade. We're both very excited. It's the first time that we're doing something like that, so it's very exciting. So.
Is it like a paint and sip?
It's yes, exactly. So I told Ashley, I said you're in charge. I said I will be the painter's assistant.
Yeah.
So she's in full command that night. So she'll be cracking the whip, and Toni Homeperm will just be running around and assisting. So AJ says he wants a scarf. It's not a scarf, AJ. It's 2 feather boas. It's 2
I felt
feather
like
boas,
I needed
girl.
to wear one because I'm with a drag queen.
And hello,
Also Ornacia.
So we have to. You've got to take it up a notch when you're working with Ornacia. So she insists on it. You should all see her list of demands. Oh my goodness. She thinks she's Jennifer Lopez.
Champagne, a wig.
She wanted Dom Perignon, personally styled wig. I mean, what?
The middle seat.
Yes,
Front and center.
Top billing. It's not a joke, people. It really isn't. So you met Bella, and then you did the photo shoot with her. You became Facebook friends, and that led to your friendship with a lot of other drag queens.
Yeah.
So, and I know you did a photo shoot with Gina Tonic.
Yeah.
Which I told her, I still have yet to actually meet Gina Tonic in person.
You should meet her.
Because I know she sings live in drag too, and it's like I'm one of the few that does.
Yeah.
Although now our friend Stacy, aka Overreaction, she does sing live. And
go see Stacy shows.
Yes, please go see Stacy. She has a magnificent voice, and I'm always like saying, "Ooh, you need to do this song. You need to do that song." So.
Yeah.
So well, I know the one she is going to do, the one that I suggested she will do. So I'm very excited for that.
Another young drag enthusiast.
Mm-hmm. And now, Stacy actually got bullied the other day online, which was like, if any of you are friends with Stacy, I'm sure you saw it, and I was quite outraged.
Yeah.
I was quite outraged. Somebody made some very nasty comments. To her, totally undeserved, and like I always say, some people feel that the only way they can make themselves feel better if they put other people down. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's still hurtful to that person. So it's one thing in the drag community we throw shade at each other.
Yeah. But it's out of love.
But yeah, it's out of love. I mean, I don't throw shade at anybody unless like they're a good friend, and I expect them to throw shade back at me. I want that. That. But for somebody to be really cruel and hurtful, that's not right.
And to like outright insult someone.
Yeah, to outright insult is not right. So that was really mean.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that person did that, but.
But what I really like is that, like, if you look at that post, a bunch of drag queens came up.
Oh, tons, yes.
And, like, spoke against it and encouraged Stacy. So
that's right.
I'm very happy about that.
Yes, it was good. It was good to see. Because if you have drag queens, drag queens got your back. You're in good shape. Let me tell you.
They'll beat the crap out of people.
That's right. That's right. You don't want that stiletto to end up where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
And it could.
It would.
It could. Let me tell you. I pity that person if all the drag queens on Long Island find out who said that, because they're in big trouble.
They'll knock at that person's door and just start a riot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it won't be pretty.
Yeah.
You'll see Ivy Stalls and Andy Mandelton banging on their door, like, open up, open up. Yeah, well, it's quite startling sometimes, because I'll let you in on a little secret. Drag queens, a lot of us, we're really men.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed? And some of them are very, very tall. Like Ivy is very tall. And it's like, but me, I'm like the shortest one out of all of them.
You're like my height out of drag.
What size are you, like, barefoot?
like 5'6".
Then
Around,
you-
like 5'5", 5'6".
No, then you're taller than me. I'm only 5'2" in bare feet.
Oh wow.
I'm only 5'2". I'm like the midget of drag. That's why I have to wear such high shoes.
Yeah.
If I don't wear high shoes, I mean I look like a dwarf
Yeah.
next to all the other girls.
And then you look at a queen like RuPaul, and then she's like, whoa.
Yeah, and then
way over
and you know, and then with the hair.
Yeah.
So it's like usually I take off, you know, when I have my really high shoes on.
Yeah.
If like somebody's like is like, oh well, how tall are you without them? It's like I take one off and stand. It's like all of a sudden now I drop down a whole head. So what can I tell you? I like to say I'm petite.
Yes.
I'm a petite girl. So yeah. So that was seeing that like written about Stacy. That was that wasn't right. So
And
didn't
that's
like
why I love this community as well.
Mhm.
Like, there are some people out there who like still actively hate on this community.
Yes.
But at the same, like, if they knew what this community was about, then they would be completely shut down.
Oh yeah.
Because like, this community is not about hate.
No.
It's not about any of that,
No.
and like, it's not tolerated, and I like that.
No. But also, as a, you know, nowadays as opposed to years gone by, people were more afraid to speak out, and
Yeah.
people, you know, in the LGBTQ community are not afraid to speak out these
Yeah.
days, and it's like, you know, we've come out of the closet and we're not going back in. So
Yeah.
that's
No matter how hard some people try.
that's right. You know, you may try to push us back in that closet, but it's not going to happen. Sorry. Once you let the genie out of the bottle, you can't shut
Never
it back
going back.
in. Never going back in. No. So how did you start getting involved in photography? Because I know that's as far as I know you do the package design at FIT, but where did the love of photography come from?
It kind of just started randomly.
Mhm.
When I was younger, I had this little point and shoot camera,
Mhm.
and so when I was around 12, I got my first higher quality point and shoot camera.
Mhm.
So that was like kind of my introduction to it, and then for my bat mitzvah, actually, I
Mhm.
decided that for my main present, with the money I got from my bat mitzvah, I wanted to spend it on the DSLR.
Mhm.
So I technically bought it with my own money
Oh.
that I got as a gift. So
Nice.
yeah, I
Nice.
wanted to gift myself that, and I've used it ever since. I got it when I was
Well,
like 13, 14.
and that's the camera you still have now?
Yeah.
And well, let me tell you, it was probably the best thing you could have done because I mean, your photography is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, you take
Lots of practice.
beautiful pictures. So you know, I can't wait to see the results of my photo shoot. Let me tell you, I want to see what people are saying. Hello, people are watching. LaBelle, hi LaBelle.
Hi.
She's watching.
I watched her last week.
That was
Or
Monday.
Monday.
Monday, yes, that was Monday night show. So and I decided kind of last minute when we decided that you know you were coming out. I was like, hey, I have a fun idea. As long as you're coming out,
Yeah.
let's do an episode of my show. So and here we are. So what are some questions you'd like to pose to your one of your favorite drag queens? Me, I know. I'm not the favorite. It's okay. I've gotten over it, but I'm getting up there. I think I'm slowly climbing in the ranks. So Bella, you're gonna have to put her on your show now too.
Talk on the contours.
But I had her on first.
You'll have to tell her that tomorrow.
This is on Facebook. She'll know in like 2 minutes, girl. Somebody's already messaged her. Girl, you got to get Zoe on your show, girl. She's on Toni's show. You got to have her on yours now.
And I want one of her cocktails.
One of her cocktails look really good.
Yeah.
So, but you're not 21 yet. She can't serve you a cocktail. I'm sorry.
It sucks.
I hardly ever drink.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a cocktail once in a while, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest thing in the world. So, but whatever. So, what are some things you'd like to know about the life of a drag queen? I'm putting her on the spot.
I feel like it's been like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around a lot of drag queens,
Mm-hmm.
so I've kind of gotten a taste of it. Yeah, and the struggle of drag.
The struggle is real.
I understand the struggle.
The struggle is real.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's not easy. You know what I realized last night? I was at rehearsal with my chorus,
Yeah.
not in drag, and just just my normal self, my regular ordinary self, and I had an itch on my nose, and I realized.
Know when you're in drag, you can't.
Yeah, when you're in drag, you can't scratch at your face. So
Yeah.
I realized I went to my nose and I was like tapping, and I was like, what am I doing? I said I'm not in drag. And so I realized, I said, well, this must be the true mark of being a drag queen.
Yeah.
That way you have an itch on your nose and you tap it even when you're not in drag.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to when I am in drag.
And also when you got an itch on your eye.
Oh, forget it. Anything on the face is taboo. It's taboo. God, you don't want to be messing any of
Because
this up.
this is like a painting in the
It
museum.
is.
You can't.
That's why we say we got to paint, because
Yeah.
it really is like painting. And actually, the more you become accustomed to
Yeah.
doing your face,
Yeah.
it is actually almost becomes like a paint by numbers kind of a thing. So I don't know if you ever actually sat with a girl while she was. Well, Gina put you in
Yeah.
face once, right?
Yeah.
She
Way
turned
back
you into a
when.
drag queen.
Yeah.
So, but when we start doing it on a regular basis, for
Yeah.
me it's a few times a week,
Yeah.
that it's I'm sort of I know, gotta do this step, that step, next step, powder this,
Yeah.
do that, do this, and
Yeah.
it's almost like paint by numbers
Yeah.
in a way.
And I couldn't wear heels. When I was at prom, I was wearing heels, and when I got to the venue, I took my heels off and just walked around in my tights. Because
That's a girl thing.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So it's commendable that I see people who are men
Mhm.
doing that,
Mhm.
walking around in heels. Because I wouldn't be able to do that.
It's not easy. Well, you should see the first heels that I wore, which they're upstairs in the drag room. They were like these Frankenstein sort of heel clog kind of things, and I look at them now and I'm like, oh, they're hideous, oh, they're so horrible.
Yeah.
So but I had to it's hard to go from never wearing them to right into a stiletto. You sort of have to work your way up to a nicer heel. So
I feel like I'd be one of those flats queens.
you'd be a flat queen. So a girl after Annie Mandeldu's own heart. Annie Mandeldu.
It's a lot easier.
She's the queen of the comfy wedge. Yeah. Now the night that you were at Tiki, and Annie was there, not in drag, but I came in as Annie's
You
mother,
were-
Sylvia Mandeldu.
I was laughing so hard.
Yes, that was when I was proclaiming to everyone that my daughter's a whore. She's a whore.
It's still funny to this day.
which inspired Bella and Annie to have a night of 1,000 cocktails.
Yeah.
Which we will be doing for Annie's birthday. So hopefully you can make it for
Yes.
that. A whole night of Annie Mandeldu's.
Yeah.
But I had on my comfy Fire Island wedges that night, and actually everything was Annie Mandeldu inspired. And I said to Annie, I said,
The ripped tights.
yes.
One time my tights were ripped, and I was like, oh, I'm thinking of Annie.
Yes, I had a ripped tights. I was wearing 2 different kind of animal prints. I had zebra and leopard, I think, and didn't even corset. Had no corset on or anything. And I said to Anne, and I tried to paint like Annie.
Yeah.
And I had on a big pink wig and a big flower, and I felt very Annie Mandeldu. and I said to Annie, I said, I've never been so comfortable in drag. And Annie was like, you see? You see, that's why I do what I do.
I've cut on to her too.
I was like, okay, well, she's got a point. It's certainly comfortable, but yeah, comfort is not usually like high on my list of priorities.
Yeah.
When I do drag, it's like, and especially my husband, as you noticed today,
Yeah.
he's very critical. He's like, oh, no, stand that way, stand this way, no, look there.
Personal
look.
drag assistant.
Personal drag stylist. Well, you can see around us are all the dolls.
Yeah.
So, and they're not
And a full-size mannequin over here.
the
with a
full-size
wig.
mannequin, yes. But you'll notice the dolls are very ornate.
Yes.
They're not like, it's not like a baby doll.
Not like Ornacia.
Yes, yes. We haven't praised. Oh, are we behind schedule on praising her? It's in her demand, Zoe. We have to praise her every a set intervals. Otherwise, we'll be hearing from her.
We love you, Ornacia.
We love you, Ornacia. We'll be hearing from her legal people.
We'll be hearing from Mother.
Mother.
Mother has arrived.
Mother has arrived.
Vivacious.
Vivacious. Yes, we'll be hearing. We'll be hearing it. Are you all right, Ornacia? Is everything okay?
You haven't been loved enough. We hope we're giving you enough love right now.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Did she enjoy the train ride out?
Yes, she was sleeping in the
She
plastic
was
bag the whole
sleeping.
time.
Did you give her a tranquilizer or something so that she dozed through the whole trip? And maybe that's what you should do on the way back. I'll give you a Tylenol PM. You'll break it up and we'll
So
put it
then
in
she's
some,
not blabbing the entire time.
Yeah, we'll break it up and we'll put it in some applesauce.
Yes.
So she'll have a nice nap all the way back.
Yes.
I want to see if we have any questions. People are watching. Oh, someone said Nancy Sinatra boots.
Yes.
They like my boots. So my friend Toni Domino is watching. Hi, Toni. Watching. People are watching, but they're not asking any questions. Usually they're reading me because it's like, oh, you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question because I'm asking the questions. It's the Toni Homeperm show. I get to ask the questions. Now I'm opening the floor. I'm asking, do you have any questions? And they're not.
And then no one is.
And now no one is asking. Now no one is asking. They're just watching. What can I tell you? Oh my goodness. Even if I scroll back all the way. No, people are just watching. They're just watching. I guess they just love us so much, Zoe.
Yes.
They don't care. They don't care.
They're just sucked in.
I know I would be. Just got to keep track of time, people. Because have to keep this show on a schedule. Because if we go past 6:30, the legal repercussions from Ornacia's people.
Ornacia will get mad.
Yes.
Let's just say that.
She is only legally contracted to be on the show until 6:30, after which time the legal retribution will be medieval. Let me tell you. The torture that will be inflicted on Zoe and I it won't be pretty. Let me tell you.
Vivacious will be calling her lawyers.
Yes, she has her lawyer on speed dial. she'll be run onto them. She'll be they had me on until 6 in my contract, only till 6:30. So that's why we have to keep to a certain schedule. So. Ricardo Rodriguez, he asked, what type of breastplate do you use? Ricardo, what are you talking about? I'm a natural woman. What does he mean breastplate, Zoe? I don't understand the question.
That's the same question I asked Bella too.
I don't understand the question. I'm a real woman. Actually, I surprised Zoe today because she actually saw the exposed breastplate.
And I was just like, oh wow.
It's for me. I don't even think about it because it's just something I throw on.
Yeah.
She was a little surprised, so I had to quickly go like, oh, I'm sorry.
because it's like
they're very realistic looking.
Yeah. It's like walking in and seeing the boobs of a biological female friend.
Right. Yes, it was funny. It took me out of myself for a moment. It's like, you know, even like when I'm at a show or something and I'm changing, it's like I don't think about it because they're not real.
Yeah.
They're not real. So actually,
even though sometimes they look real.
Yes, yes. And you know what's funny? And this actually happened at Tiki one night.
Yeah. Frank was telling me that sometimes straight men look at them.
Like crazy. They're like, I'm talking to a straight guy,
like,
and all of a sudden you realize their eyes are like going like that, and you know you're looking at you're seeing the top of their head, and I'll always like call them out on it. Like I go, are you checking out my rack? And immediately like the eyes go from like looking at all of a sudden now they're looking like hard into your eyes, and like they're trying not to like look down, and they're like, oh no, I wasn't looking, and I'm like, what do you mean you aren't looking? You better look. I said, you know how expensive these things are? I had to take out a second mortgage on the house to afford them. So you better stare at them.
The hearts are not, they're so big, they're like in your face.
But you know, they're not real. It's like so funny. It's so funny to me.
Especially when straight dudes.
That is straight men, like, you know, they're not real, and they're like glued to them. It's like, I find it quite amusing.
Yeah.
I find it quite funny.
But that, I guess that also shows that not all straight people are totally straight, always.
Well, in that instance, are they still straight, or are they not? I guess it's an in-between area. Because it's like, they're staring at like what is typically a part of the female anatomy, but it's not on a female. So that no. So that like I don't know. It's a gray area, right?
We'd have to ask a straight man.
I don't know. Do you know any?
Some straight men, but like I don't really talk to straight men that often.
I don't know. Well, you could ask your dad.
Yeah,
you could ask your dad.
He's like one of the straight, like the one who's like closest to the people in my family, like my extended family. My brother is straight, and he hasn't talked about his crushes at all. But I'm sure. Well,
he's young.
I'm sure he does have some because he's 15.
Of course. 15. Oh my goodness, the hormones are flowing.
I'm so happy I'm not 15 anymore.
Oh, yes. Yes. 15 was not the greatest age for me either. But whatever. I'm very happy. I'm what am I now? I'm 53. I forget.
And then every time I hear other people's ages, I'm just like, wow, I am so behind.
You know what? But I always say age is just a number. It's just a number.
Yes.
What did I say? I was 53. I'm 54. Who am I kidding? But it's okay. Somebody told me yesterday, oh, well, you look like you're in your 40s. I was like, okay, whatever. I'll take it. I don't care. Whatever. It's just a number, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you could be a young person and have like an old person's mind.
Yeah.
And be set in your ways and an old fuddy-duddy.
I always like to think that I'm like mentally in my 20s. Especially because I hang around drag queens sometimes.
There you go.
My mom's like, hang out with more people your own age, but honestly, drag queens are easier to talk to.
Oh yes, we're more fun.
Yeah.
We're way more fun.
Yeah.
Who are we kidding? What could be more fun than hanging out with a bunch of drag queens? Actually, I think somebody said, oh, like you being like in a limo packed with drag queens. That would be like your ultimate dream.
Yeah, just me and a bunch of drag queens.
Her and a bunch of drag queens. She'd be happy. She'd be fine.
I wouldn't even be talking. I would just be like looking around. Like,
she would have the biggest smile plastered on her face. She'd just be there like. That would be a lot of fun. Hopefully
21st birthday goals.
Yes. Well, a lot of us actually said if you do have a big 21st birthday, we'll gladly come and perform gratis. Gratis, not going to charge.
Yes, I just have to make sure my parents are up for paying for the venue.
Yes.
That's going to be fun. Trying to get them to pay for the venue.
Keep the grades up.
Yes.
Keep the grades up. Use that as a bargaining tool. Well, if I get a good grade, then maybe you could pay for my big party.
Yes.
You know, but then you got to hold up your end of the deal. So. Actually, Zoe is probably one of the few college-age people that has drag queens constantly telling her, "Get off Facebook! Go and do your homework."
Yeah, and sometimes I go on live and I say I should be doing my homework right now, but I'm watching this instead because this is more fun.
Right.
And then I've had drag queens say, "Get off my Facebook Live, do your homework."
Especially Jordan Michaels.
Jordan Michael loves telling me to do my homework.
Yes, and I will do the same. And she tried to come up with her own drag name. It was something Anita followed by some sort of alcoholic drink. And I told her, I said, no, your drag name needs to be Shanita Study. That's what drag name needs to be, girl.
My parents very much appreciate it.
The parents approved of that drag name. They got the seal of approval. Arnacia, does it meet with your approval?
I think so.
I think she's happy. Is she smiling, Zoe? I can't tell. It's like a Mona Lisa smile.
Yeah, she's like very stoic.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Well, I don't. You know, it's in her contract. She doesn't actually have to smile.
Yeah.
So it was one of her demands.
Just sit and look pretty.
Yes. Yes. She just has to sit, look pretty, and we just have to praise and worship and adore her.
Yes. And she gets paid.
That's my kind of gig. Let me tell you. I don't know how she got this gig. I need her agent.
Yes.
Which is her father. Nathaniel, I need you to represent me. I need this gig that I can just sit there and look pretty.
Yes.
Hit me up. We're already friends on Facebook. Oh my Lord. Oh.
And I love how he's like probably one of the few straight men who know references from Drag Race.
Because you've taught him.
Yeah.
She's taught him.
I'm just like, I'm going to drill this into my family's minds because they need to learn this.
She's an educator. She is an educator, people. She's not only a lover of drag, but she's also an educator. That's what we need. We need more people like you. And actually, I told you because I belong to Imperial Court of New York, and I've always said like somebody like you is like the perfect person. You know, when you're older, when you feel that you're financially secure to come and join the court. And I think you've been to some court events. We were talking about it. You came to the Day of the Dead event that we did, and the 80s the 80s event that Bella and I did. That was a lot of fun. And the great thing about the court is I think you share a lot of their views as far as wanting to help the greater LGBTQ community, which is a great thing. So it's a great thing to see that in a younger person, that they want to reach out, they want to help the community, support the community. So hopefully we'll get you into Imperial Court someday.
Yes.
So that would be great. So World Pride is coming next month. So are you gonna watch the parade? Are you gonna?
I'm probably going to go. I'm probably going to go with one of my best friends from FIT.
Nice.
So we went together last year. It was her first time at Pride. So
Nice.
educating even my straight friends.
Good. They need to be educated.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest problems with this country and this whole world is people need to be educated.
Yeah.
The world is not flat, people.
Yeah.
I hate to break your bubble. The world is it's a globe. So that's just one of the few things that people need to be educated. That it's only through education that people learn and can grow. Yeah. That's what I've always felt. If you keep yourself uneducated and ignorant, you're never going to grow as a person.
Yeah. And most people who are against certain groups of people, they've never met one of those people.
True.
So.
True. Yes.
If you meet one of those people, your whole mind will change. Right.
I mean, you can't judge people as a group, because even within a group, people are different. And no, you're not going to like every person that you meet, but that doesn't mean you have to hate them. Yeah. Just because you don't have to hate people. You don't necessarily have to. Not every person you want them to be your best friend, but we can still respect each other.
My parents are always telling me there are good and bad people, like in every single group.
In every group, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how my mother brought me up.
Yeah.
Like, as a child, like my mother was very vocal against like any kind of like racial slurs or anything like that. That was like not allowed in our home, like anything like that. Which it was a little surprising to me though. She had a little bit of a hard time with me coming out, but she did accept me. But I guess that even that, you know, of course this was quite a while ago. It's still, things have changed so much in such a short time. So.
And that's where I kind of lucked out too, because my parents like literally took me to Pride Parade when I was younger.
See?
And like I didn't even like think about it much. I just went to Pride Parades and I saw people there. And
right.
Yeah, eventually I like came to be more like knowing of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was just through like exploration and like being there and actually seeing it in person.
Right.
Yeah.
See, what always makes me laugh is when people say, "Oh, we don't want young children exposed to gay people because they think it's going to turn them gay." Well, most gay children, like I was, even as a child, I was gay. I knew I was gay. I was only surrounded by heterosexual people.
Yeah,
still didn't turn me heterosexual.
Yeah.
It's so.
And still, people think it's not something you're born with.
I know, and I know some gay parents, like gay couples that have children, and and they've raised the children from babies, and sometimes they may become gay.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're straight. The parenting, as long as it's good parenting, has nothing to do with your sexual orientation.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with whatever you feel is also your gender identity.
Yeah.
So.
And I've heard a lot of like on Drag Race, and I've heard a lot of some personal stories as well. And what I've seen on Drag Race, it's hard to imagine that stuff is real. Mm-hmm. That like parents could kick out their children. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, you gave birth to this child.
Right.
If they turn out to be gay, that does not mean you have the right to kick them out of your home.
Right.
Because you gave birth to them.
I have a friend who's going through a divorce, and the father tried to say to the judge that he was very upset because one of their children turned out to be gay, and the judge told him, if having a child be gay is the worst problem you ever have in your life, he said you're very lucky. He said, let me tell you, if you think that's the worst thing that could happen to you, that you're very lucky.
Because your child could be like schizophrenic or something, like have a really bad mental illness.
Or physical illness.
Yeah.
I mean anything. I mean as long as somebody is a good person, what does it matter? And what goes on in someone's bedroom is only the business of that person and the other person. As long as they're consenting adults. Let me put it out there, consenting adults.
Some people think about it too much, and it doesn't matter.
Like a lot of these Republicans, they're like fixated on.
Why are you thinking about two men sleeping with each other?
Why? It's like.
Or two women sleeping with each other.
It's ridiculous. I mean, my husband and I, we've been together almost 20 years. I mean, we still have to live regular, normal lives. We still have to change the cat litter, take the garbage out.
And it's like, you don't live different lives just because you're gay.
No. I mean, well, we are a little more fabulous. Let's be honest now. We are just a titch more fabulous. Not as fabulous as Ornacia.
Yeah, Ornacia's top fabulous.
Yes. We're keeping track of time because I have 6:23, so we have 7 minutes. We only have 7 minutes, people, and then her lawyers go into full effect on us. And it won't be pretty.
We might get a call from her lawyer.
Yes, we'll definitely get a call from her lawyer. Her legal team. It's not just a lawyer; it's a legal team. She's got people. She's got people, folks.
Where is Ornacia?
Yes.
She's past her curfew.
Yes, her security team is outside this very door, ready to escort her out of here.
She's going to be like escorted out on a golden throne.
Yes, it's like Billy Porter at the Met Gala. They've got that chair for her. She's going to be sitting in there, and she has the Egyptian go-go boys ready to like carry her out. So, oh my goodness. Oh.
We love you, Ernesha.
This has been the most difficult episode of the Toni Homeperm show yet, let me tell you.
Because she is very temperamental.
Because she has to be extra. What can I say?
She throws shade at my dad when she's in the office.
I believe she gives a lot of side eye.
Yeah.
I see a lot of side eye.
Because she's like to my dad like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can definitely see that. Oh, someone wanted to know. Oh, my friend Tony Domino said Barbie wants to borrow your wig.
Yes. It's a very 80s wig.
Yes, 80s Barbie. I didn't like 80s Barbie. She was too smiley. You remember 80s Barbie? Like originally. No, of course you don't remember. Of course you don't remember 80s Barbie. She's born in 1999. She don't know 80s Barbie from a hole in the wall. Who am I kidding? Oh my goodness. Anyway, 80s Barbie was very like, he's like very like,
I remember the Oreo Barbie though.
Oreo Barbie.
Yeah, from the 90s.
I don't remember her. Wasn't interested in Barbie back then. My friend Tony Domino would know every Barbie. But originally Barbie was like, if you look it up on Google, the original Barbie was very high fashion and was like almost like a fashion doll. She was a fashion doll.
Yeah.
She had very couture clothing that you could put on her and style. But then like in the 80s it became more like just a kid's toy.
Yeah.
So, but the old Barbie was like, very, high fashion couture.
Yeah.
So, but now they make like different kinds of Barbies. They have the kid ones, and then they have the collectible ones.
Yeah.
That are more high fashion. That's from my friend Tony Domino. He loves the high fashion Barbies.
Cool.
And he actually used to make like his own Barbie clothes and things like that. He loved Barbie. And years ago when he would go to Fire Island, he would like always carry like he would have Barbie like sit on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He would take her everywhere with him.
I like that.
My friend Joe McLean from the Long Island Gay Men's Chorus is watching. Frank Anthony is watching. Someone, Joshua Chandler said he's watching us while he's driving.
Oh, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Don't be getting into no accident. Ornacia is not legally responsible.
Yes.
If anything happens to you while you are driving and watching her legal people have just texted me and told me to put this disclaimer out there.
Yes.
She is not legally responsible. And if you don't come for her, because her whole legal team will be on you.
Don't come for her because she'll come for you.
Don't come for her. Her legal team will come for you. They will be on you and like white on rice. He says he's a good driver. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
as long as you're focused on
yes. And he also loved the wig, and he loved your boa. It's actually two boas. We made her extra.
Two boas.
We made her extra. Two boas.
I need to be extra if I'm going to hang out with a driver.
It goes without saying, right? Oh goodness, where are we? Because I don't want to. Well, we only have 3 minutes left. Oh my goodness, we have to keep a very tight ship today.
Yes, because we cannot be called by our nation's lawyers.
I can't fight her legal representation. It's like top notch. I mean,
and Vivacious is on our team too.
Yeah, I mean they will eat us alive in court. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is.
If we keep her over curfew.
Yes. Well, it was so nice of you to come all the way out here from Westchester.
Yeah.
Where exactly? Mamaroneck?
Yeah.
Mamaroneck.
I had to take the Metro North to Grand Central, then transfer over and go to Penn, and then take the train up here. And now I have to go do that again.
Oh Lord. I almost feel guilty for making her do it.
It's worth it though.
But you know, but we had a lot of fun today. We did a whole photo shoot. We had Chinese food.
And if I didn't come out here, I wouldn't have gotten to hang out with a drag queen.
Exactly. She got to spend the whole day with a whole day with a drag queen.
Yes.
What a coup! What a coup! And of course I got to have her on my show. I got the exclusive Bella.
Bella, you're next.
Oh, you hear that, Bella? We better have her on your show next, girl. So, yes, it was so wonderful for you to come and do this,
Yes.
and I had a wonderful time. It was so nice having you and Ernacia
This
grace
lovely little lady.
grace us with her presence.
Yes.
Ernacia, you were the most. Oh wait, where's my notes? You were the most wonderful guest I have ever had on my show, and we both love, worship, and adore you. Did I get it all right?
Yeah.
Her legal people are strict. They're strict people. Let me tell you. Goodness. Well, we're gonna be signing off. So where can they find you, Zoe? If they can find you, are you on
Instagram.
Instagram? What is your Instagram?
My name, just my name, same as Facebook with a little underscore.
With a little underscore.
Yes.
And that's how you can find Zoe Dunford. Any of you drag performers out there that would like to set up a photo shoot with
Yes.
Zoe, hit her up. She loves doing it.
Schedule permitting, but
Schedule permitting, of course. So yes, and we had such a great time.
Yes.
And I thank you so much for joining me. You can actually catch the next episode of the Toni Homeperm. It's going to be. Let me pull up my calendar here. When is it? I have a very special. Yes, it's a very special Pride edition of the Toni Homeperm. I can't even say my own name. A very special Pride edition of the Toni Homeperm show on Wednesday, June 12th, and my very special guest will be Ashley Jade. So we're doing a whole Pride rainbow themed show for Pride Month. So that'll be Tuesday, June 12th at 8 p.m. my normal shooting time. So thank you again, Zoe, for being here. Thank you. I love you so much. She was a wonderful guest. I loved having her here. And yes, I loved having you too, Ernacia.
she doesn't have a hand we can shake, unfortunately. But
It's not in her contract that she has to have hands. All right, well, we're going to sign off because Ms. Dunford must escort Ernacia back up to
home.
Westchester.
Yes.
And she cannot be late. So thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you. And now we're going to sign off.